the set. It's caught. 20, 10, touchdown.
This is going to be in the gap.
Yes! Yes! Goal! Go to deflection. The Andover Huskies win their first state championship.
Good evening and welcome to Castle Field on this QCTV presentation of the Metro Mini Baseball. We've got the Andover Aces against the hometown Anoka Bucs. I'm Jim Childs. I'm joined with the legendary Tim Anderson. Tim, the legendary Tim Anderson. Let's talk some town ball tonight. We've got two teams separated by Bunker Boulevard, and tonight should be a good start to a really tight league game.
Yeah, this is two teams obviously that know each other very well. Obviously, you're right, not separated by a whole lot of proximity. They're folks that have played ball together for years, high school ball, college ball, etc. And it's really interesting to see kind of how these teams are progressing. Andover had really struggled the last couple of years, but this year having a solid little season, a nice little resurgence up to 500. And people think, well, 500, whatever, but that's a big deal for this Andover team that was kind of struggling a little bit. And then Andover Anoka especially needing to find their way. Let's take a look at the batting order.
Yeah, tonight leading off for the Aces will be Connor Stoik. Fisher's the catcher. Lunau is batting third, and playing third, Tyler Brick will be at first base. Sam Plohas, the team manager, is batting fifth. Charlie Hora, Benji Bruce, Jake Domovic is the designated hitter, and at second base is Patty Kelly, and he's rounding out the order. And on the hill is Josh Barker, but let's run through the Bucs defense real quick, Tim.
Absolutely, and obviously some familiar names, some names you've seen here in the past for the Bucs. Trent Fredenberg out in the outfield, along with Eldridge and Nelson. Nate Tillman at third with Thompson at short. J.D. Wells, obviously the long-time manager of the Bucs here at second base. Reagan Reeder, keep an eye on him, had a great season. Obviously just finished Legion ball, but a great senior season going to the University of Illinois. And Vincennes behind the plate.
And first pitch from Josh Barker, the Anoka alumni, also played baseball at La Crosse, UW class. He throws the first one high, but it's a swinging strike. Actually, I think it was a foul ball, went back. Both teams come in with a 3-6 record in the league. Ball's just a bit outside. And Connor Stoik, the shortstop, steps in. 1-1.
A lot of familiar names on this Bucs team. I think that's why they're a little surprised to see them at 3-6 inside Metro Mini and 9-12 overall. A lot of good, solid ball players.
Curveball, that's hung and driven out to left field. Ball is deep on the track, off the wall. Stoik on his way to second. Fredenberg gets it in, and it'll be a standing double for Connor Stoik to start off the game against Josh Barker.
Great start for the Aces, and Stoik doing exactly what he wanted, getting something up in the zone and able to drive it deep to the heart of left field over the head of Fredenberg, getting on second with the leadoff double. And this is part of the problem for the Bucs, has been able to just kind of, they've been in some of these long innings, falling behind, getting behind early, those kinds of things. Barker needs to bear down tonight for them.
Yeah, that's for getting that sweat up and getting that pitch location in the right spot. I know if he had a chance to do it again, he wouldn't throw that curveball where it is. There's a strike right on the inside. Slow call by the umpire. I thought I was wrong.
Well, no. Very methodical in his strike call tonight, Jim.
Yes, Jayton Fisher now up, the catcher for the Aces. He's a Mankato, Minnesota State Mankato player. Maple Grove alum, scored a goal in the championship high school in 2022 against Andover in that classic game.
Pass ball there probably by Vincennes. I mean, maybe a wild pitch is what they'd officially call it, but allows the runner to get to third. And already kind of some trouble here for the Bucs.
That was definitely a wild pitch. If you're a catcher, that was a wild pitch.
Yes.
Not a pass ball.
Catchers will certainly tell you that's never on them.
Nope, it's not. It's good. Barker comes set. Runner on third. That's Stoik. 2-1 count. And a pitch. That's inside. That gets past Vincennes. And Stoik thinks better of it. Over there.
Maybe had a chance at it because
Yeah.
there is some room behind home plate here at Castle Field.
There is. Nobody out. There's no reason to give that chance. So really a nice job by Stoik to just hang out there. You see.
There's a look at the Aces. Very bright jerseys almost make you think Blaine, though, a little bit with those colors. I don't know. But it's very solid. Very solid jerseys. Yeah. Very easy to read the numbers.
Yes.
Which I'm always a fan of. And, of course, the Bucs very solid tonight in their black and orange.
They've got the best uniforms. I absolutely love. J.D. Wells has done a great job with the orange, celebrating the pumpkin at times. There's a swing and a miss. Now 3-2. Got a chance to see Belchner, Coach Belchner at third base. Longtime Andover coach in the high school ranks. In girls basketball, there's a ball down low. So a double and a walk brings a first and third situation, and Tyler Lunau comes up.
Lunau, the third baseman for the Aces, will stand in. Tyler Brick waiting in the hole, looking for a chance here to put a big number up early on. They get the courtesy runner for the catcher. So they get a little extra speed out here as well.
Barker in a jam.
Not exactly the words you wanted early if you're a Bucs fan. That's not what you wanted on your bingo card.
Pitch right on the outside. Nice placement and movement by Barker.
For Barker here, he'll trade the run for the out. Looking for a ground ball. Definitely would take something between short and second. Maybe get a double play here.
Barker with a pitch. That one's swinging in, and Lunau's down quickly, 0-2.
Well, now you might as well try to strike him out because here you'd love to get an out here with nobody advancing.
Absolutely, and then you're one ground ball away from getting out of the inning.
I expect him to maybe see if he can waste one here, maybe get a chase pitch on Lunau now that he's got him ahead.
Lunau, freshman at Bismarck State, had a good freshman season.
Bismarck State.
Runners off, ball's outside. Vincenz holds onto it. That pulls out the double play possibilities, and I didn't see a number. That
was number 9 there. It's Josh Stoll. It looked like it was.
Josh Stoll. Okay. All right. Stoll. Sometimes the 5s and 9s with these.
They can sneak up on you. You got to be careful, and I'm just guessing on that one. I could have been wrong, but
here's a 1-2 pitch to Lunau. That one's fouled off. We'll reset. Runners on second and third. You'll notice that the sun at this time at 7:30 is starting to drop this time of the year, and it makes it pretty rough on the left side of the infield.
Yeah, 7:30 start. Tough scene, but look out! Look for the big overhand curve there.
And they struck him out.
Yeah, frozen pizza was Lunau. That one got me because that looked like it was coming right at him, and it just a yacker from Barker, able to get the first out of the inning, and that was a big one.
Yeah, now comes up Tyler Brick. Tyler Brick, first baseman. He's been part of Andover for the Aces for, I think, 5 years, 5 or 6 years. Big swing.
Now, these are the problems, though, here, Jim. These are going to be high-leverage innings for Barker already, right? He's going to have to throw a lot of high-stress pitches. You wonder what that will do in the later innings, even if he's able to battle through here.
Yeah, once again, this is a 9-inning game, too. It's not
Don't I know it.
The candy shop 7-inning games. This is.
You brought snacks, right?
I did.
You came prepared.
From the Fun Fest parade, I still have some snacks. Pitch from Barker. That one's a curveball in the dirt. They call it a strike.
Yeah, I got it on the. Yeah, that looked like catcher maybe didn't frame that perfectly, but it came across the plate nicely. Vincenz able to hang on to that, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Well, definitely, Barker has come back with a vengeance right now. Strikes out Lunau. Now has a chance to put Brick back on the bench. Another curveball, and how that was fouled off, I have no idea. That was an axe-like hack.
And a correction. You were right. It is number 5. Logan Myers is the runner.
Logan Myers.
I had it wrong. I blew it early on. The early mistake on me. I got to be better. I'll take that one.
I tell you what, we'll mark that down. I'm going to mark that on the scorecard.
Yep.
You'll see. I'm sure that you'll still win on the amount of correct calls. Brick with a 1-2 pat, looking for a fastball up high, and that one.
He's chasing.
He chased, yeah, and it was strike 3. So 2 straight Ks, and Barker is in a good spot. You can see right
out
here.
front here on this one. You can see just kind of flailing away at it, maybe out in front, was guessing something else right there. Maybe a little change of pace from Barker.
And Sam Plojas, the team manager. All times in hits, average, runs, games, you name it. He's been the man with the Aces since the inception, I believe, in 2015.
I love those stories, right?
Yeah.
When you get J.D. Wells here in Anoka, or Ryan Bruns, or somebody like that up in Champlin. Just guys who just are hanging around and playing ball every year. I just love that stuff.
Nice piece of hitting right there. Good pickup by Tillman. Tillman gets it over, and Reeder can't dig it out. Another throw home and safe as Myers comes in on the score. And a quick 2-0 lead. Good base running by Myers to take that extra base as that bounced away from Reeder.
Yeah, it's unfortunate because Tillman makes a great play here to stop this, but he gets not able to get enough on the throw, and Reeder not able to pick it out at first as you take another look at it, as we missed it from that vantage point. But a runner scores on that one. And then again, very alert running from Logan Myers, seeing that the throw is offline at first, comes all the way in to score as well. And just like that, the Aces do cash in and get the 2 runs.
Really, it was a nice piece of hitting too. You could see it was on the outside part of the plate. Plojas did what he wanted to do, is try to go in between in the hole. Tillman made an outstanding just to keep it close. 2 runs were going to score no matter what if it got past him.
Yeah, that was a good piece of hitting. Almost a brilliant defensive play. And now the Aces do cash in. And that can be a bit deflating, too, if you're a pitcher like Barker who, hey, we struck out a couple guys, we battled back, had the ground ball we were looking for. It wasn't all that well hit, just kind of a 99 hopper. But it still found a way to bring runs across, and those are always tough to take.
Barker's thrown a lot, and Plojas out on right away. Barker didn't really even check him at all. I would imagine, someone who's been playing with the Aces for as long as he has, you probably don't expect the old man to run. But he does.
He will resemble that. He is not going to take too kindly to those thoughts, but 1-2 here.
Fouled off. Good crowd on hand tonight. We've got grandstand. We've got people down the line.
A big sheepdog almost caught that foul ball, which is that thing was gigantic down there. All started with a big knock in the first at-bat with a big double, and then some walks, a little softly hit ball.
That's right. And Barker, another pitch down low.
Basically a hit and an error and a walk, and here we are. Long first inning.
We've got Charlie Hora up. Gustavus, baseball player. That one's fouled back, out of play. Well, we've got Deuces Wild, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner on second.
It's usually not a good thing when you're the Aces.
2 runs in.
Charlie Ora, the right fielder today. He's the 6th hitter in the order. Benji Bruce waits on deck if this inning extends itself. Left-handed hitting right fielder.
Those are usually the power guys. And a swing and a miss.
Yeah, he was not getting cheated on that one. He was swinging for the downs, and Barker got him out in front. Strikes out the side.
Barker strikes out the side, but he allows 2 runs. And I would actually give Plojas a hit on that. I don't know how you feel, but maybe an error on the throw. allowing Wyatt Myers to score. But that would have been a tough play anyways. So, end of half inning, the Aces out to a good start. Able to talk to J.D. Wells and both Sam Plohas before the game, and the importance of this game and a victory will help in the seeding process as they get into districts and regions, I guess, as they get into state. Bucs have made it the last couple of years. I think 2 out of the last 3 years. Aces still looking for their first chance.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like Blaine and Andover and Anoka and Champlin have really been strong at the top of this division the last handful of years. It's kind of interesting to see it sort of turn around a little bit, to see the Bucs have kind of be near the bottom of it this year.
Yeah, it's and let's take a look at J.D. Wells' lineup for tonight.
Yeah, Nate Tillman leads off, followed by Tanner Thompson, the shortstop, Lucas Nelson in right. Trent Fredenberg will hit fourth. Logan Piero is the DH. Reagan Reeder hits sixth. Zane Vincenz, the catcher, hits seventh. J.D. Wells, eighth. And Charlie Eldridge will hit ninth.
And the defense, it'll be Plohas, Bruce, and Ora around the outfield. On the horn is Lunau, Stoik, Kelly, and Brick. And Fisher is behind home plate. And a soon-to-be Minnesota State Mankato pitcher on the mound. It's Colin Anderson, the Andover alumni. One of the best pitchers in the state the last couple of years. He decides to buzz the tower on the first pitch against Tillman.
Yeah, heading into tonight's game, the Aces still listed at the bottom of the division, but they're 11-11. Followed by the leaders right now are the Low Gators in division at 7-2, but they're 18-12 overall. Best team so far in the Metro Mini overall record is Forest Lake at 18-6 heading into tonight's game. So a little bit different than what we've seen.
Yeah, both this league has really become solid as you look at a Division II pitcher going tonight against old Division II pitcher. And Colin Anderson up. Quick 1-2 strikes. Payoff pitch. A fastball that's grounded foul. Anderson's got a good curveball or slider, and he uses it a lot. And you'll see him start him off with it, and then he'll kind of pepper in those fastballs.
Some guys do like to pitch backwards, as they like to call it, right? Where you kind of throw the off-speed stuff early. Swung on and missed there.
There was that slider right there, big K. So all 4 outs so far recorded have been strikeouts. And that'll bring up Tanner Thompson.
And that's not conventional wisdom, Jim, right? Like
No,
you usually the old adage is let's come out, let's establish the fastball early on, let's pump it in there the first trip through the order, and then we start to mix stuff in as out pitches. Not this way for Anderson, who throws all his pitches pretty early in the game.
And there was another curveball. I think that might have fooled the umpire on that one. Fisher having tough time catching that ball back there. But these two will be teammates. This battery will be teammates, and the shortstop Tanner Thompson, I believe, he's a Minnesota State Mankato as well. Nice rip out into right field. That gets past. That gets past Hora. That's going all the way to the wall. That Thompson will stroll into second.
That'll be a hit in an air here for Charlie Hora out there in right field. That's a tough one. You just want to come up on that. And that's, again, one of those shots where the right fielder's not sure if he wants to play it on a hop or try to make a catch on it or short hop it. And when he gets caught in between, that's when it gets underneath the glove, and that's usually when you get into trouble.
Yep, yeah, you're absolutely right. And brings up Charlie Nelson. Lucas Nelson, I'm sorry. And Charlie Hora out in right field, and Lucas Nelson up to bat. And that one's hit.
That's trouble.
And that one drops in, a little Texas leaguer. Plohas gets it in. Lunau cuts it off. And Pete and repeat, we've got runners on first and second with 1 out, runners on first and third with 1 out. So chance for the Bucs to answer.
The little duck snort from the left-handed hitter out to left field. Left fielder's playing more shaded towards center, so there was that nice gap there in that little sort of Bermuda triangle between third, short, and left. And a base knock for Nelson, and now Fredenberg.
I have not done a game where Fredenberg has not had a blast somewhere. I mean, either off the fence or over it. He has been really a dynamic player.
Well, something's got to give then, because he says I'm kind of a jinx for him. Like when
really?
I do games,
Okay.
he doesn't get the big hits, and he gets mad about that. And Trent and I go back a bit.
Okay.
Being a former student of mine.
Yep. And Anderson falls behind Fredenberg 2-0. Not the guy you want to deal a fastball to. He
seen Fredenberg on the golf course, and that guy can just bash it. My
rip it.
goodness.
I bet. Pitch from Anderson. That one's up high, now 3-0.
This is also what creates some pressure here for Colin Anderson. When you get the lead, you want to come out in the bottom of the first, work quickly, get some outs. And he did get that quick strikeout, but now a couple of hits. He's in a jam. There's traffic, and now he's got to make some tough pitches.
That one's up high. 4-pitch walk, and the bases are loaded for Logan Piero, the designated hitter.
Piero seems like he does a little bit of everything on this team. I've seen him pitch. He's played in the outfield. He's DH.
And he will come up, bases loaded.
This is where they say you want to find some green. You say no dirt in this spot. You don't want to double play in this situation. There's a force in any base.
There's a nice slider that cuts right through the heart of the plate.
If you can get something to the outfield, you know you can at least get a run in on a sac fly.
Yep. Pitch from Anderson with the bases loaded. Another pitch right in there. Another curveball right in there. We're going to see if we go good morning, good afternoon, and good night with this next pitch.
Went a little low with that. So Piero's sitting on something here. He's seen a couple of off speed. I wonder if he'll sit. If he's sitting fastball here.
312 on the season. There's another one.
Pumped it in there, 1-2.
Oh, I must have missed that. I thought that second pitch must have been a ball.
Yeah. So Piero's got a swing here. He's had his bat on the shoulder here for the first 3 pitches, and let's see if he gets something he wants.
Pitch from Anderson, another one. That's hit right back to Anderson. To Fisher, to Brick. A double play. You had called it. What a great call. Don't hit it in the dirt. And kind of jinxed the Bucs on that one, but the Aces get out of the inning. Bases loaded jam by Anderson. Helps himself out. We'll come back for the second inning. 2-0, Aces over the Bucs. Back for the second inning of Aces and Bucs, A-Town Classic. Coming up for the Aces will be Benji Bruce, Jake Domovic, and Patty Kelly.
Yeah, ignore that. It doesn't say it's St. Mike. That's not St. Michael. It's Andover.
Yeah. It
I
is
promise you, Jim Childs is telling you the truth.
Well, they have the Aces
They
logo.
have the
in there.
logo
Yes,
right. Yeah, they just have to switch out the name, But that's all right. We got a lot going on in the truck today. There were a lot of stuff
Yes,
going on
yeah,
when they got here, so they can't. They're working hard down there.
All right, so Benji Bruce comes up. Bruce up with a 269 average so far. He's got 3 RBIs. He's 14 for 52. And makes that 15 for 53. First pitch strike. First pitch single out into center field. Right off the end of the bat. Not, the great part about what you see with the hitting of Plohaas and Bruce there is it's just a natural hit. You're not trying to hit it too far. You just try to find some green, as you mentioned.
Just trying to get the leadoff guy on, right, any way you can. If you can get a walk, great, but you want to go up there hacking and be aggressive, and you get on base and get the leadoff man on again for the second inning in a row. And Andover was able to cash in the first, and that was the difference. A timely two-out hit for the Aces, an untimely double play for the Bucs.
Bunt by Jake Tomovic, as that one goes back to the screen.
How often do you have your DH squared a bunt in a game in a leadoff? That's never... It's an interesting move. That's an interesting one.
Well, the one thing that we'll see probably a lot of people run in and out of these lineups as you get closer to postseason. To be able to be eligible as a pitch from Barker.
Yeah, you got to get a lot of folks on the field. They got to play a little bit, get an AB,
look at that bunt. If it could stay fair, but Barker grabs it as it was foul. So 0-2 right now to Domovic. But yeah, so you got to play in 4 league games. So we saw Wyatt Myers. He's got his little notch for this game, and we'll probably see some additional pinch runners.
As this thing wears on, like you get to the 6th, 7th inning, if this game gets a little out of hand or one thing or the other, you'll see a lot of those kinds of changes, I think, as well. Always the fun part of town ball, Jim.
Well, I tell you what, I've been doing town ball on the air for 8 years, and the level of both these teams' competency and ability is much improved.
Well, every year that I've done this is probably like year 4 for me now, 4 or 5, and I think every year that I've come out and seen the town ball, everything always seems to be up an extra notch every year, right? Yep. Whether it's uniforms or field conditions or just the overall experience. Great pitch there from Barker on the inside, just missed 2-2. But you notice that when you go to Champlin, new press box there.
Yep, beautiful.
Very, very cool. And you can see that's cities and communities saying, like, this is something that's worth our investment and our time. And the more that continues to happen, I think the more competitive and fun this league gets.
Yep, that one's hit off the handle, popped up. J.D. Wells coming back, makes the play as a good vet would do, and Bruce returns to first base. He'll be one down, runner on first.
J.D. Wells trying to be the Omar Vizquel of this league, play for seemingly ever. I think that might be J.D.'s plan, to play forever. And that was, again, just a solid little routine play for Wells, and that keeps the runner at first. And that's a big out for Barker as he needs to work quickly this inning.
And that one hit right over. Perfect. Right over to Thompson, over to Reeder. That's a double play. And the Aces run themselves out of the inning as Patty Kelly hits into a double play. At the end of 1.5, it's 2-0. Tim, Barker needed that. He's
no question about that. That was just what the doctor ordered.
Absolutely. It ends up being probably about a 15-pitch inning, or maybe not even that much, probably a 10-pitch inning. So best you get to save some bullets.
When you get 2 quick outs on the, and that's okay. And that's one thing I always say about baseball when I watch games. I really get frustrated when pitchers feel like they have to strike everybody out.
Yeah.
I like it when they feel like they can trust their defense. We can put a ball in play. As you get a look at the Metro Mini standings in this division, the Low Gators are 7-2. The St. Michael Saints are 7-3. The Redbirds playing a little, having a solid season, 6-5. The Brew Crew at 5-4, but 18-6 overall. So they've played a solid non-conference. Obviously, Centennial there at 4-6. The Bucs are 3-6. The Stump Grinders, which is just fantastic.
Some of these are. Yeah, they're.
And then of course the Aces down there at 3-6. But I feel like the Aces, even at 3-6, could be, and the Bucs, same thing. They could come out and beat St. Michael or Champlin tomorrow if we played a game.
Yeah, and one team missing from years past is the Blaine Fusion are no longer.
Yeah,
it's disappointing because that team had some history and just some outstanding players. As you see Colin Anderson warming up. You mentioned Logan Reeder. This may be the only year that he will play for the Bucs as he heads off to Illinois to play baseball.
He is just a tremendous athlete and a good kid. Had a chance to get to know him a little bit this year. But, you know, a fine basketball player and obviously an even better baseball player. And, yeah, he stands in. Big, tall drink of water.
These two have faced each other this year. Anderson versus Reeder, and they've faced each other. They both graduated this year.
That Andover Anoka game here at Castle was about as good as it gets.
Was the intensity a little strong?
It was a little intense here. Certainly, if you had some convos with Pete Anderson about that, he'd tell you.
Yep. That one's fouled back.
That was certainly one that Shannon Blansett was pretty buzzing about, head coach for Anoka the next morning. He was very happy to get that win.
Well, I mean, both teams are probably top 10 teams in the state. Anoka's high school team was really solid, top to bottom, and they're doing it with their Legion team as well. As I got a chance to talk to Coach Goward before the game, and man, he's done such a great job with the Legion program.
And Reeder had some big ABs over the weekend for the Legion team.
Yeah.
He is just really had a great spring. It was such a late start, but boy, Reeder has made up for lost time in the spring and summer. Played very, very well this year for Anoka's, both the high school team, the Legion team, and now here for the Bucs.
Yeah, sources say that he had 3 home runs in Detroit Lakes this weekend.
You had good sources on
very good sources,
location
yes.
there. Very good sources. One thing about Jim Childs, he's got sources everywhere. People he can call at a moment's notice. Payoff pitch.
That one swing and a miss. That was a fastball that just got past him.
And Reagan Reeder wanted that. He was probably salivating when he saw it and just missed it.
You see that one, just fastball right past him. That doesn't happen very often.
No, he usually likes those. If you can give him one right at the letters, he'd like to go ahead and have a rip at it. Just missed that one down, and here's Vintense.
Another slider that slides right in there.
And again, kind of pitching backwards. Guys like this used to be called the junk ballers back in the day, right? The guys who would just throw the off-speed stuff and just keep you out. Reminds you like not quite to this effect, but like a Levon Hernandez late in his career was just a guy who threw nothing but that stuff.
Let's see if he throws a fastball on the inside. There it is right there. So 2 strikeouts this inning. He had him set up. You can see that as Vintense stepped out of that pitch that he was absolutely going to throw a fastball and try to get it on the inside part. J.D. Wells coming up now.
Thinking he's Edwin Diaz, going with the Edwin Diaz theme music to walk up to.
Which that one
I admire it, but
Narcos, one of my favorite tunes. Fastball,
that's playing in your car when you pull up. I've heard that come out of your car when you've pulled.
The windows were up too.
Yeah, that's how loud you play it.
Yep. That one's a swing and a miss, and
oof, yeah, just flailing away. Couldn't hit that with a boat or.
Carlson might have found it, or Anderson might have found his groove right now.
Boy.
Well.
You cursed that one. That's on you. Write that one down. That's on you.
Okay, so we're tied at 1 right now.
Yeah, so JD will take first base there. And you're right, though, up to that point, JD looked like he was sitting on something else completely and was maybe a little bit flummoxed by what Anderson was bringing, but that one was just right off the shoulder blade, and that'll hurt in the morning.
That'll sting. That'll make you think, why am I doing this? There's a pitch high and outside.
Could be playing golf right now. It could be what JD's saying. You don't take them like that unless somebody doesn't yell 4.
Charlie Eldridge, the center fielder, now up, and then we'll flip the lineup and go to the top. There's a pitch on the inside. Inside part of the plate for a strike.
Anderson, it bears down on you. Like when he releases it, you think it's coming at you hard, and then it just sort of slides in there, as you mentioned, and it's very deceptive.
Another strike.
That's pumping a fastball in there that time. Trying to flip the lineup over to Tillman, who's on deck.
And the pitch, there's a slider that goes right in there. It's beverage time as the umpire opens up the fridge and shuts the door.
Yeah, easy one there for Colin Anderson after 2.
2-0 Andover over the Anoka. We'll be back on QCTV.
Hi. Can I get the now bar, please?
No problem. I'm good. $1.
Have a good one.
Got it.
Hi, can I get a now bar, please?
$1.
Thanks.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey.
Hey, let me get an out bar.
Sure. $1.
Appreciate you.
Yeah.
How's it going? Can I get an out bar?
Stop right there! Over your head!
And welcome back, everybody. Jim's mic will come on eventually here on QCTV. Tim Anderson, Jim Childs. 2-0 Aces, right? As we head to the top of the 3rd inning here on QCTV. See, I got us back in, Jim.
You did. You did an excellent job with that as we flip to the top of the order. And Connor Stoik, who started off with a double off the base of the fence in left field. Stoik took a hanging curveball and deposited it right over Fredberg's head. Scored the first run.
2 runs, 2 hits, and an error for the Aces.
That one popped up going out to right center field. Eldridge is there. Easy play and not the same result as he had the first one, but still a deep shot. That will bring up Clayton Fisher. He drew a walk his first time up.
Yeah, Josh Barker will take a quick out and a can of corn out to center field all day after the leadoff shot that Stoik put on him in the first inning. That's the best hit ball of the game. A lot of light stuff, not stuff that's barely hitting the outfield since then. That was the best hit ball of the game by far.
Curveball on the outside, try to call backdoor curveball, trying to hit the outside part of the plate.
Barker had a quick 2nd inning and has struck out 3 in this game.
That's a off-speed pitch that ties up Fisher.
A little bit of an inauspicious start for Barker, but I think he's settled down nicely since then.
Yeah, first runners on 2nd and 3rd with 1 out. And Fisher chases one on the outside, so Barker's got a little bit of a rhythm. Now, if he hits Fisher on this one, then
you got to shut it down. Shut it down. Yep, go down to the concession stand, get a popcorn. I'll take it from there.
And by the way, the concession stand here is open.
For all the people at home with nothing to do and you want to just come on out to the ballpark,
hot dogs.
You can get a hot dog. And
anytime you come to a Bucs game, you can come get a hot dog.
Yeah.
Outstanding.
I think I saw didn't they have like a slushie down there? I should almost see if they had a slushie. You could go for one of those right now.
A couple of flavors, I'm sure. Nice rip by Fisher. That's a good piece of hitting. 2 strikes, able to go with that pitch, push it over the shortstop's head, over Tanner Thompson's head. They're going to send out a courtesy runner. We'll see who comes out.
I think it's Myers again, Logan Myers. Number 5.
Logan Myers, boy, he had a good year at Indian Hills Community College down in Iowa. He had a monster year, 5 or 6 home runs. I believe he was either all conference or all district. Brings up Tyler Luna, who struck out in the first. Lou now takes a curveball in there for a strike.
Now you see Barker starting to pitch backwards a little more, Jim. Starting to see him open with off speed, open with breaking stuff, not trying to pump fastballs in to get ahead. And that curveball's not the big yacker he threw in the first. That looks more like just kind of a get me over. Let's get ahead in the count.
Yeah. Well, second time through the order, you know, also a good time to mix some stuff up. And getting ahead is the key. Myers is off. Intense throws it, and that's out wide of the mark. And Myers comes in basically standing up.
They have seen something here on either Barker's delivery or Vincenz behind the plate, or a combination of both. But the Aces have been active on the base paths these first couple of innings. They are running at every open opportunity, and they take advantage of that right there.
Who now fouls it back.
My guess it's off Barker a bit because he's not throwing over a ton, not necessarily working fast on that slide step, right? Even out of the stretch, it's still fairly big leg kick.
Yeah, and you also have some players that are 1 or 2 years out of high school that still have the legs to be able to steal. That's a pitch on the outside. So count is even at 2-2. Lou now trying to get that third run across as Myers is in scoring position. 1 out. Big gaping hole on the right side of the infield. Lou now pulls it right to Thompson. Thompson kicks it and not able to get it through. It looks like I don't know if it took a bad hop.
Yeah, it looked like it did. It kind of looked like it might have hit the edge of the grass, Jim, and that changed the bounce on Thompson, kind of ate him up instead of getting him that nice candy hop. As you can see, let's see if we can see it again right there. Yeah, took that little bounce off the edge of the grass, and that took away the natural hop that I think Thompson was playing for, and instead it just ate him up. So they'll give that a little bootsy air on the shortstop, unfortunately.
So Lou now on first. Myers moved up to third, and out to J.D. Wells. J.D. Wells tags and throws over to Reeder, and there's another double play. Second one in as many innings for the Bucs, and they get out of trouble again. No run scored as Brick goes into a 4-3 double play. And even if you with only one umpire, if you miss the tag, they're still going to call it out because it's really difficult for the umpire to be able to see that.
Absolutely, they're gonna probably give the benefit to the runner or to the fielder on that one, especially somebody like J.D. Wells, who's veteran at this. And that was a very savvy play by Wells, knowing he probably didn't have the time to flip to second base and still get the runner at first, knowing that would bring the runner scoring. Not really sure if this is just a warm-up or a throw session down in the Aces pen. Not really sure who's even down there throwing because we don't have the number on, but getting some tosses in.
I think it's Stoll.
It might be Stoll down there throwing, but in the I don't know. Yeah, it seems like he's getting after it, but it also might be could just be a throw session. We'll see. Needless to say, Colin Anderson will stay up for the third inning here as Aces had something cooking there, but a second double play of the game has run the Aces out of an inning, and now the Bucs need to see if they can take advantage.
Yeah, I don't know how long Anderson will go tonight. I mean, he's kind of in that spot where he's got to start thinking about what the college coaches want.
Not sure that guy out there is watching the game or what he's doing out there deep in right field, just laying there, looking straight up. Looks like fun out in right, but our camera crew got him there. Just, park the truck, hang out. There's the big dog. Look at that guy. That is an animal. That's not a dog. That's a dog.
With a W. With a W.
Yeah, no kidding.
Well, it's a beautiful night here at Castle. We have the flag has got a little twist to it. I mean, just barely a little twist at the bottom, but it is absolutely a flawless evening.
Perfect
weather-wise. Nice and dry. First pitch from Anderson. That one's on the inside part to Tillman. Tillman didn't like the call.
Well, the one thing you got to know in this league is that Blue doesn't mess around. They call a lot of strikes. You better be ready to get up there and hack.
Tillman struck out in that first in his first at bat. 4-pitch at bat. It was a quick work by Anderson. That one's popped up, and that one's going to land. Tim, can you get it?
Nope. I did not get it. That one was a thunderous sound right there. It made. So at the top of the grandstand there. I'm parked way away, so
There's
I'm
a
not
pitch.
worried.
And this is what happens when you go through the second time through the order. People start to look at those pitches, and they've seen that slider. Tillman made no mistake, and he popped it right into center field.
Yeah, hit a little fade, just a little 7-iron out to the outfield there as that one went off the bat beautifully, up straight ahead past the shortstop. And again, it kind of faded away from the shortstop. And you are right. I mean, when you go 0-2, finish that thought in a second. Another base hit right there as that gets Thompson aboard, and there's quickly 2 on.
Thompson's second hit of the night. He sent one out to right field, out to Charlie Ora the last time as well. That was a little bit more hard hit, and it kind of hugged the ground. It got past Hora.
Would have liked to have seen him waste a pitch or two. You get up 0-2, maybe kind of move the strike zone, change the eye level of the hitter a little bit. Didn't really do that, and then didn't do that to lead off with Thompson either. He's just putting it right in the strike zone for the Bucs to hit.
Now Lucas Nelson, he also had a hit in that first inning.
4 hits for the Bucs. They've gotten some base runners on, and they got ducks on the pond once again here in the third.
So Nelson now down 0-2. You can see Anderson is pumping in strikes, but we'll see what he does here and see if he can maybe throw something in the dirt.
Yeah, I'd like to see him change the eye level here on Nelson a bit.
Pitch from Anderson. And that one's hit second base. And Patty Kelly makes the quick play over to Brick. Tyler Brick, and both the runners move up, so a successful sacrifice if he was bunting.
Useful out right there. Yeah, you're trying to get a hit, obviously, but you put the ball in play. Even if it's a soft grounder, you stay out of the double play, and you move the runners over. Good out. Good use of your at-bat for Nelson. Now Fredenberg, big hitter, comes up, 2 runners in scoring position. A hit could tie the game.
So, Tim, when you see some of your former students like Trent, do they still call you Mr. Anderson?
Trent does. I still get Mr. Anderson. Although the Misters kind of go, the one thing that goes away in high school now, you don't get the Mr. It's just Anderson now.
Oh, really?
I get a lot of just, hey, Anderson. I get a lot of that. But Trent is still very much Mr. Anderson still.
Oh, that sounds good, Anderson.
That's it.
No. Blocked by Fisher.
And that's a kind of a 50-50 call when it gets past the catcher that far. You try to wonder, can you foot race the pitcher to the plate, and will the catcher be able to get back in time? They opted not to test him.
Well, the thing is again, you've got only 1 out, a fly ball, which Fredenberg is very capable of, gets that run across without trying to stretch something.
Fredenberg hasn't seen a strike yet from Anderson. It's 3-0 here. He walked in the first at bat.
4, yep, on 4.
But only if it's there, don't reach.
So you wonder if Anderson knows the scouting report on Fredenberg and is just trying not to leave a cookie. And in fact, I think they're just going to concede the walk and let Fredenberg take first.
Well, you don't want to, like you said, you don't want to throw a cookie, not to him. So 2 walks now for Fredenberg. It is the base is loaded, 1 out.
Hey, we're back in this spot again.
Yes, Logan Piero grounded into a nifty double play.
The old 1-2-3 double play from Piero back in the first, and that's again same scenario. No dirt, got to get the ball in the outfield.
And that one's on it, just on the inside of the batter's box. Corners are up for the Aces.
Yeah, they're shooting home with any ground ball.
That one right off the umpire. Boy, these town ball umpires, they're a different breed.
They certainly are, and I still think that's where you'll end up here in the next 5-10 years. I feel like you're going to be out there umping, but
you never know. That could be it.
But the pay needs to be almost hazard pay, right? You almost got to be getting 150 a game or something. You got to get.
I think it's pretty close to that.
You got to get some loot.
Well, they take some guff on both sides. So here's a 1-1. That one's hit over. And they are able to get Piero at first. Good play by Anderson. I don't know how you can have a pop-up that lands so perfectly, but Piero was able to get an RBI, and the Bucs are on the board.
I thought that was going to be just a little pop-up out right there, and nothing was going to happen, but that worked out for Piero. He'll get the RBI on this little sawed-off ground ball, out 1-3 on the put-out, and here's Reeder with 2 on and 2 out. 2-1 now the score.
Runners on second and third.
Aces did a good job of talking to Anderson right there, though. You could hear him yelling 1-1, 1-1. As soon as that one dropped, they knew they only had one play, and you avoid that snowball fight that I always talk about. You hate when you start throwing it around the infield.
Yeah, and if he catches it, it's an easy double play because all the runners were off. That one, a tough play, picked up. Great play by Patty Kelly.
Yeah, fantastic.
Patty deep in the hole. Good step, one step, and threw it away. So the Bucs are able to score, though. It's 2-1 as we're at the end of 3. We'll be back for the 4th inning on QCTV.
I said I'm fine.
Since I was little, it was only like me and my parents. You think you created family out of characters? Yeah, of course. When you take that, make it into a song.
Me the babe, see you in the morning. With the frosted Superman, but it wasn't on it. And we lost it. In my head, in my head, in my head. Where you at on the way? In my head, in my head, in my head.
Casey.
Hey, Pop.
Talk to me.
It's been really hard for me.
Welcome back to Castle Field. Start the 4th inning. Sam Plohas for the Aces, who had an RBI single, according to me, error, according to Mr. Anderson.
You got to have standards, Jim.
Exactly. Well, I tell you what, Sam was the single-season leader in hits for the Huskies for a number of years until I think last year or 2 years ago it must have been, where Sam hauls it back, but Law was able to eclipse the mark. He had 36 hits in the season. They say you get better at age with hitting.
Yeah, I think that's probably true. As long as you can keep picking, as long as you have bat speed and you can keep picking up pitches, which is usually what separates the good hitters from guys who stop playing in Little League like me, when you stop being able to turn around a fastball or spot a slider. Great pitch from Barker.
And Plohas is down.
Strikeout number 4 for Josh Barker, and he would definitely like a quick inning here in the 4th.
Well, the odd innings have been odd for Barker. The even so far have been somewhat a little bit easier. As Charlie Ora comes up, right fielder, right on that plate. And that one's hit deep. It is in the park, right on the warning track, as Lucas Nelson is able to pull that in.
Just a little under it, but that's, you know,
see if he
definitely sitting on something.
He needs to do some push-ups in the morning.
That's where you get in the old WTP right there. Little warning track power for Charlie Hora. Now Benji Bruce with 2 out quickly here in the 4th.
Bruce had a single in that second inning. Raced on a double play. That one right up the middle. Thompson adjusts, rifles it over to Reeder. And wow, quick 1-2-3 inning. First true 1-2-3 inning for Barker. As, boy, I tell you what, it seems like the temperature has dropped a little bit. We still have St. Michael versus Anoka.
Yeah, we still do on the score. Trust me, we promise you, Andover's playing Anoka on the scoreboard there. Don't worry about it. We've got it. I'm telling you, it's probably a graphic that simply will not cooperate with our guys in the truck because they know what they're doing. They are the best, and so they have got it covered. It is a 2-1 game. That was exactly what Josh Barker needed right there and the Bucs needed. They got the run in the 3rd, so now they get a quick 4th inning, get back up to the plate, make a little something happen here in the bottom of the 4th. Maybe you can level the game. Are you going to look at the crowd hanging out at Castle Field tonight? There we go. Nicely done, my folks in the truck. Correcting that for you. I was just very concerned about our viewers at home. I don't want them to think that St. Michael was here and
laughing with
people. Yeah, you don't want to scare the people at home. It's very important.
So wondering if this is not Anderson's last inning here in the 4th as Myers Schmidt starts warming up in the bullpen, and looks like we've got somebody warming up in the Anoka bullpen too.
And it is that time of the year you are trying to like manage innings. You know, there are guys that you sometimes feel like we can throw them out there, but if they're college kids or if they're whatever, you gotta sort of watch the arms and watch the pitch counts. So we'll see what they come up with. You test the depth of both teams of how deep they can go with their arms.
Zane Vincenz will come up, the catcher.
Vincenz struck out in his first AB. One of 4 strikeout victims.
That one's hit out into right center, Benji Bruce. Quick 1 pitch out.
Both teams have decided we want to get out of here by 10, so let's start swinging.
I don't know if J.D. Wells comes up.
Hit by pitch back in the 2nd.
There's another all-time leader in just about everything. That one's fouled off into the batting cages. Brick gives chase.
Well, for teams to thrive in the Metro Mini, you do need a few people to kind of take the mantle, right? Be the leader, be the GM or the manager or the face or whatever it is you want to call it, and that's JD.
And that one's hit. Gets past Lunau. And J.D. Wells.
And he can still do that.
He certainly can. See if he pulls himself for a runner, pinch runner.
It's like I can still turn on these young kids' fastballs anytime.
Charlie Eldred, the center fielder, comes up. He struck out in that in the 2nd inning. Wells on for the 2nd time.
Lights are just starting to come on. We're in that weird spot.
There's a bunt by Eldridge right out in front. Fisher goes to second. Not able to get. As
interesting call by Fisher behind the plate to go to second. But yeah, the runner wasn't on the bag. I mean, the shortstop wasn't on the bag, so we weren't going to get the force play.
Yeah. It looks like you had maybe you had a shot at it, but it needed to be a perfect throw, and like you mentioned, Stoik needed to be right there. So
I thought maybe first was the easier play. I thought you would get that out right there, but instead
you would be with 2 outs in the inning and a runner on second, which is a lot better than 1 out and 2 runners on.
So Eldridge reaches on a fielder's choice. Wells stays in at second now, and yeah, you got 2 on, 1 out in the top of the order.
That one's hit out into center field. Bruce comes in.
Oh, that's trouble. Almost a great catch.
Oh, looks like he's hurt. Looks like Bruce is hurt.
Oh, that's terrible out there. Yeah, it looked like Bruce stumbled, and he might have hurt himself.
And J.D. Wells is out at third base.
And out come the Aces to check on Bruce in center field, as it just looked like his leg gave in that center field as we take a stumble. Oh, yeah. Ow. Ow.
And he still just about made the catch.
And he still almost made just a miraculous catch. But, yeah, maybe you worry about that leg just kind of buckled underneath. And hopefully it's just more of a scary thing than anything. And now they're going to help him off, and that's terrible. It's not what you want to see.
No, not good. You see,
and they're no
Belchner,
weight on it either.
Belchner and Tyler Rowland.
They're not going to mess around here, as Benji Bruce is going to try to just, no weight at all yet on that leg. That is just, that's terrible. And let's see if all the Aces have decided we're going to carry him. We'll just take care of it. These coaches aren't going to be able to carry this young man
here,
right there.
Oh, the ankle goes underneath. It's now the Aces are in a little bit of an issue with outfielders. Sam Plaw said that he was going to have to play the entire game because they did not have enough outfielders. So. Let's see who comes out in center field.
Yeah, and hopefully we just hope Benji's all right there, because that was such a tough. That doesn't look phenomenal, and like I said, we hope it's nothing too major here. And he almost made an amazing catch. Like
he really did.
I mean, that thing was in his glove.
It certainly looked at it, and then he probably felt the pain rip through his leg.
Yeah, it's so they're gonna make a quick. They got to make a sub out there in center, and there you get a look. It looks like it's Myers, Logan Myers, number 5, who's gonna slide into center field for Bruce, and we'll certainly try to see if we can keep our eye on that situation.
Well, I have never seen him play outfield. He's a good baseball player, no matter what. He's a good baseball player, but catchers aren't great at playing anything but catcher. So,
well, they, but I guess desperate times call for desperate measures in these situations. So it's all hands on deck now for the Aces, trying to get people into spots to be successful.
There you can see Meyer Schmitz warming up.
Yeah, continuing to throw, as Anderson's going to get a couple extra warm-up tosses as we sort of settle ourselves after Benji Bruce's injury out in center. They did get the force with J.D. Wells and all of that commotion, so that does get us to 2 on and 2 out here in the 4th inning.
And Tanner Thompson. I got to tell you a story. One of the first times I called play-by-play, Tanner Thompson was playing hockey for Champlin Park, and he scored a goal at just like a 0 angle, and it was just one of the coolest goals I ever got to call. And a lot of fun. That one fouled off. He was a good hockey player, and he's a good baseball player. He'll be a junior next year at Minnesota State Mankato.
There's always so many of those fun things when we do these games, whether it's town ball or high school ball or whatever. Just it's always we always say, like, you never know what you're going to see when you come out to the game.
And one's fouled off again. So 2 strikes right on Thompson. He's been on twice already.
And a hit here could still be a run. Time called. On deck is Lucas Nelson. Bucs trying to square this game up here in the 4th.
Pitch from Anderson. That one's right on the outside and just a couple of
tried to
inches
frame
out.
it.
Yeah.
Fisher tried to frame that, tried to bring it back inside to the corner, but that one just missed on the outside.
They call working through the pitch, where the catcher is able to, instead of holding it there, they kind of work it. That one ties him up, and that one's going to be into right field or up with it. He's going home with it. Throws way offline. Anderson's not backing up, and both runners will move up.
And that's another example of, I talk about the snowball fight all the time.
Yep.
Like, you don't want to just throw it around needlessly, and that's an example of that right there. I don't think they're getting the runner at the plate under any circumstances there. So take the cutoff. You avoid first, and you keep it at first and second with 2 out. But now you got second and third for Lucas Nelson, and they might be looking to make the pitching change now. We'll see.
Yep.
We're tied at 2.
Tyler Rowland comes out, and we'll see if he's going to grab the ball from Anderson. They've got some Schmitz ready to go out there.
So now it is second and third. The throwing error on the aces there will no doubt allow the runners to advance.
Yeah.
Ora's got a couple of errors in right field today. So they're going to stay with Anderson in this spot, Jim.
Well, why would you not? Why would you go away from an Anderson?
Well, I can 100%. I totally agree. Why would you move? But I thought that was an opportunity for them to do that if they wanted to.
Yeah.
I think the pitchers had enough time to throw down in the pen, and they could make that move right here, but they've opted to stay with the starter and see if he can work himself through this jam with 2 down.
So Lucas Nelson grounded in that 4-3 double play.
But a base hit here changes the complexion of this in a big way, because
It really
I think
does.
you're going to score 2 runs, and the Bucs could be up 4-2 here in a blink of an eye.
Yeah, we can see Benji Bruce leaving right now the park. He's getting carried out by a couple of team members. So
No doubt, I'm sure going to head on down to the local doctor here maybe, or we'll see.
Well,
yeah, he's not putting any weight, and that's very concerning.
so he'll head off probably. I'm guessing to Mercy, which is not too far away. Nelson rips one right back. He's on that pitch. So 2 balls, 1 strike. We've got 1 run in, and the Bucs are trying to get a crooked number up there with Nelson going against Anderson. 1-2 count, 2 outs right now. Anderson with the pitch. That one's ripped up the center. Myers with the throw home and cut off. And that one was a laser.
That one was pounded by Nelson, and again, not fooling anybody there. You said it just 2 pitches before that Nelson was right on top of Anderson's fastball, and right there's another example of that. And they're going to I think this is going to be making a move time here for Anderson.
Yeah, so
they gave him a chance to get out of the inning.
We'll have to. That'll bring up Myers.
So the Bucs have hung in there. The Bucs got down 2-0 early, but just like that, they are back in front here in the 4th, 3-2, in what has been a bit of a nightmare inning for the Aces.
It really has. I mean, to be honest, they would be out of every run after this will be unearned because they had the 3rd out in an unfortunate incident with Benji Bruce. So, all right, so Meyer Schmitz comes in. This will be his 6th game, his 2nd relief appearance. He's 3-1. He does have a save. 21 2/3 innings. He has struck out 19, walked 14. He has only given up 14 hits. 3.32 ERA.
Walking into a tough spot, 2 runners on, and Trent Fredenberg coming to the plate.
That is not an easy task. Meyer Schmitz finishing his warm-up toss. Fredenberg tonight has not seen a strike as of yet. You mentioned it last time. that he had 7 straight, and they didn't even pitch him. They just put him on first base.
Can't really do that here because you still, I mean, you have runners at the corners, 2 out, but you need to get out of this inning, and you don't want to dance around here and let Piero come to the plate with the bases loaded for a 3rd time, because eventually you just have to think that the law of averages is not going to allow that to be a good thing, right? You want to continue, you want to get out of this inning now and regroup. Certainly when injuries happen, like the one with Bruce, that can sometimes galvanize a team, but that can also sometimes deflate a team and kind of take the mojo out of the game. You worry about that a little bit with the Aces.
So Fredenberg's got 24 hits in 77 plate appearances. He's only got 8 strikeouts. Pretty impressive for a guy who is considered a power hitter. Pitch up front. So that's, as they'd say at Texas A&M, ball 9. And Trent Fredenberg looks in again.
Trent may not swing until he sees a strike, but we'll see. Took that back. He's like, no, I need, as soon as one's in the zone, I'm swinging. I don't care.
Mr. Anderson, are you crazy?
Yeah, that's, I don't think Trent would be like, I'm here to hit.
Yeah,
I am not here to just take walks. He was right on Schmitz with that one as well.
Yeah.
This would be a big out.
Yep. The Aces need an out right now. Keep this at a 1-run ball game. Schmitz looks in. And tell you what, I don't want to give Fredenberg that same pitch again.
Yeah, he's fouled 2 straight back. And if you're Schmitz, you're thinking, all right, what can I throw him here this time that he may not be ready for?
I think you keep going up the ladder. You climb the ladder with, see if he throws another high fastball. That one down in the dirt. Good stop by Fisher. 2 outs here.
You're not quite at the Eddie Harris, I'm throwing every piece of junk I can think of at him, Skipper. I'm not quite at that moment yet.
The old Vaseline ball.
It's the best movie ever. Besides, Bull Durham's the best movie ever, but that's right there. Major League's right there.
I would agree with you. There's a just outside. Both Schmitz and Fisher wanted that one. So 3-2 right now. And Nelson should be off with the pitch.
Everybody should be moving here.
And that's a 3rd walk for Fredenberg.
Well, it's helping that on-base percentage. I mean, he's going to have some gaudy numbers at the end here.
Logan Piero comes up. He got an RBI. He got the RBI that last time up as he grounded out to second base.
He hasn't hit one too far beyond the pitcher's mound in
Nope.
2 at-bats. He's grounded into a double play.
No, and that was a perfectly placed wrist shot. There's foul ball.
That's the best piece of hitting so far from Piero. And again, he's up for the 3rd time in this game with the bases loaded. And again, I think you play with fire if you do that a lot.
Yep. There's a strike right there. A good curveball. That one dropped right in there.
That might have been the one I would have wanted right there, and I wonder if Logan would have wanted that one back.
Piero with on Burgundy stash. And fouled off. That went right off the umpire. That'll take a minute. Fisher will walk it out.
It's not quite, yeah, right. It's not quite the walrusy stash, right? It's not like my dad's, who looks, you know, like a combination of Andy Reid and Wilford Brimley. It's not quite that stash.
Let's see, shaking it off. That's
yeah, that's gonna
the tools of ignorance of for the umpire.
He might be wondering, how much do I get paid again? You know, SAG-AFTRA is on strike. Maybe the umpires in the Metro Mini need a couple more bucks an hour.
Still 0-2 to Piero. As Schmitz has facing his second batter, Walk Fredenberg. No place to put Piero. And that one downstairs.
Overthrow by Schmitz there is just trying to put a little extra juice on that one.
Had a little pirouette at the end. And there's a strike 3.
Big out and big way to end the inning.
So the Bucs strike with 2 runs, puts up a cricket number. They take the lead 3-2 at the end of 4. 3-2 Bucs over the Aces. We'll be back on QCTV.
Brandon met a girl on a dating app. One day after work, he finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being too pushy? Maybe it was too...
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving. I would love to go on a date. How does tonight sound?
Brandon tried to play it cool, but inside he knew. A girl so smart, so responsible. She must be a keeper.
Attacks against Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders are on the rise.
My simple solution to the problem was remove people from the scene and help them feel safer. In terms of the hate crimes, I think there is so much more work to be done. We really need to come together and tackle this issue as a community.
Hey, welcome back to Castle Field. Jim Childs. And taking over for Tim Anderson for an inning is Josh Hintz. Josh, a member of the Bucs, longtime member of the Bucs, correct?
Correct. Yeah, I've been with the Bucs the last 7 years, but a part of this league for the last 16. So.
Wow. And the experience beyond the Bucs, where else were you before that?
So I started out with Blaine, because that's where I went to high school and grew up.
Okay.
But as life situations and life circumstances come up, trying to find my way and find where I'm going to be, I've gone from Blaine to East Bethel, and then found my way out here to Anoka when my wife and I moved to Champlin, and been here for the last 7 years.
Well, that's great. Very good. So we're coming up right now. We've got Josh Barker still on the hill, and up against. Oh, a good rip out into right center field as Nelson's out there. Easy catch as Demelvic flies out to right. Patty Kelly will come up for the Aces, the second baseman. So impressions so far of the game. How you guys able to scratch out a couple of runs on this last half inning? What's the feeling in the dugout?
The energy's changed. I mean, I think in the beginning, it left some opportunities out there, and that can kind of send a team flat. But we regrouped, had some good quick innings from Barker out there. That really helps just to kind of get the flow of things and get to the feel that you're back in control of the game. Then once guys start putting balls hard in play and get some opportunities, and those runs come across, and that does a lot to lift the team. So it feels good in the dugout right now.
Yeah, good. And JD and folks like you have always had such a good culture around the Bucs, and it's been fun to play, fun to watch, and actually for me personally fun to call as you guys have continued to get better over the years. I mean, we were talking earlier that Aces and the Bucs, 4 or 5 years ago, not the level they are now.
No, definitely not. And that's been really fun too. And I think that's a testament to our team's ability to try and keep a lot of our homegrown players here. And kind of keep that real classic town ball feel. I myself am an outlier. I think I might be the only one in the dugout right now that didn't graduate from Anoka, so that's really fun. And it kind of keeps the team spirit in there, like it's your hometown, and who doesn't like coming here to play? So
no doubt
that helps.
Yeah, so Josh Barker strikes out Patty Kelly, and then right over J.D. Wells' head as Strike gets his second hit. He'll be on first with 2 outs here. Josh Barker has been a member of this team for I think 5 or 6 years. Was a really good high school player. Played well at at lacrosse. What's as a teammate and as a pitcher, when you're out and you're playing, how do you feel when he's on the mound?
Good. Well, it's funny because for the last couple of years, Josh Bucker's also come back and paid tribute back to his hometown here, and he's been coaching at the high school.
Yep.
And myself, having been a coach for a while,
pitch outside.
It really helps to have like that coaching mindset, like to go from player to coach and then back to player. You see the game differently. You understand the mental aspect of the game that a lot of young players can kind of get caught up in and bring mistakes with them to the next at bat or the next pitch.
And hit out in the left center. That one is diving down. And nice job by Stoik to get that extra base. Boy, I tell you what, last place you want to get thrown out is third base and have it be the end of an inning. But Stoik stretches that in front of Fredenberg. Fredenberg did a nice job of just looking like he was trying to almost under it and trying to kind of deke out Stoik. Stoik didn't have anything to do with it. He just took off.
Yeah, it was kind of that tweener play, wasn't it? Just kind of, you get up for it, you let it bounce and see if you're going to threaten the runner at third base. But it's a good throw, just got there in time. But yeah, as I was saying about Barker and players like that who go from the coaching back to the players, you can he just has a very even keel on the mound. When we go back to the dugout and talk about what's working and what's not, he's very objective about it, and he knows what he's got and what he doesn't on any given day, and he can work with whatever he has. And he's used to going out on the mound and telling his players that. So when it's your turn to kind of listen to your own advice, you're more likely to listen. You feel more confident. So having players like that come on back and continue to be on the roster really helps.
Now you catch quite a bit, right?
Yeah.
How do you feel after 16 years and you catch a full night? Next day is okay, or?
Yeah, I mean, the little more creaks and groans now. I have 3 kids at home that keep me on my feet, so I'm moving around pretty good. But I'll definitely say after a full 9-inning game, it's nice to have a couple nights off.
And Barker with a first and third situation. Now, in town ball, do you guys have plays on first and thirds?
Yeah, occasionally. And it also depends on who's out in the field, too, and who's on the mound, and really how long guys have been playing together. Some of the guys on the team that I've been playing a long time with, we have looks, we have little hand signals that we can communicate.
See if Fisher takes off. Fisher had his third time on base. I didn't see if we had a courtesy runner come out for him. Myers had the first couple of times and got a couple of stolen bases. And, the Aces have plenty of players in the dugout. That is, as you've seen over the years, either you have too many or not enough.
Right.
Lou now with a foul ball. 1-2 right now. Barker can get out of this with strikeout. He's got 2 outs. Chris, the state tournament, you guys, I think 2 out of the last 3 years you guys have been in the state tournament.
Mm-hmm.
This year, a little bit different format. I think you've had A and B together, correct?
I believe so, yeah.
So the evolution of the Metro Mini, or the Mini Metro, is, the league itself has grown quite a bit. What are you seeing from the talent level from the rest of the league?
Oh, man. I think here in the Metro Mini, it's some of the best all-around ball that you can see at this level. I mean, you mentioned a few moments ago that ourselves and Andover a couple years ago were not really in the conversations of state tournaments. We're the opponents perhaps on any given night, but not those teams that you really.
Ball's hit out to Fredenberg, and he makes a nice running catch. It will squash the rally for the Aces as they leave 2 on, still 3-2 Anoka. We're going to keep it here right now with Chris Hintz, the member of the Bucs, longtime member of the Bucs. So was there any time off between coming to the Bucs and before, or did you jump right? Were you able to get a release and come out here?
Yeah, so I started off with Blaine for a year, and then I went to East Bethel for a number of years. And then after that, I was able to graduate college, and my wife and I got married. We moved down to Hopkins, and so that obviously outside of the zone there. But because of just our jobs and what situation we were at, just kind of spent a year or 2 years not playing town ball. But I had a friend who had come up here to Anoka and had met JD through hockey and said, hey, I know a guy who'd like to get back into it. And so I met JD through that. That was probably 9 years ago, and when we moved to Champlin, it made it a lot easier commute, obviously, to come out here and play. But I just fell in love with the team, the field, and just playing ball again. And so I've been doing that in as much capacity as life has enabled me to. I've taken a backseat a little bit more these last couple years with raising a family out in Elk River now. But it's always special when I get to come back to the ballpark.
That is good. And, like you said, it's nice to I was talking to JD before the game. They said, yeah, there's some of the old timers, and he didn't say old timers, but
it's funny to think that that's me now.
Yeah, they've learned how to play golf.
Yeah. Well, I'm still learning. I'm still probably better at this, but maybe someday.
Well, Myers-Schmitz starts his second inning of work, as Reeder will come up, Reagan Reeder. He's a pretty special talent. He can hit the ball.
Yeah.
Had a chance to see him in high school, and he had a pretty good weekend, 3 home runs in Detroit Lakes. So does the music change when you guys are having batting practice? Is it still run by the old timers?
Oh, no, we don't give that up.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't give that up. Have you heard the things they listen to now? No. No, we're going to keep control of that for as long as we can.
So you said you coached. Where else have you coached?
Well, I coached my high school baseball at Hopkins.
Okay.
So I spent half a dozen years there coaching at different levels there. Had a great time doing that. Again, it just makes you see the game differently. You learn how to think through situations a little bit more. And I've kind of carried that into the dugout as well. In my limited capacity this year, when I do come in, I kind of act as like that old sage in the dugout, just to kind of keep guys even keel and remind them kind of what we're trying to do in different situations. And it's kind of hard to get the coach out of you in that situation where you want to pull a guy aside and say, hey, you know what, here's kind of what I saw, and here's what happened, but here's what we can try next time. It's kind of hard to turn that off. And I think that's kind of my way of giving back to the game as well, is I want to keep involved as much as I can, whether it's playing or mentoring or what have you. But it's great that we have this opportunity to be able to do this.
You got it. And Reeder's 2-2 right now against Schmitz. With kids, obviously you planning on coaching with your children?
Yeah. So I have 2 girls and a boy, 6, 4, and 2. The girls are starting to play soccer, and I've been coaching that, and that's a lot of fun. I don't know much about soccer, but I love them and I love coaching, so that's been a lot of fun.
Some disagreement on whether that was a strike or not, but it goes in the books as a strikeout for Schmitz. That's his second one in a row as he struck out Piero. Damn it. And looks just outside. Good job by Fisher to bring that back in. The evolution of catching has changed. Have you adopted the one knee down?
No, I've been watching that elevate, though. There's pros and cons to it. I think the pros can do it because their pitchers stay out of the dirt quite often.
Yeah.
But it does free up that elbow to be able to kind of get down underneath the ball and kind of frame some of those lower pitches for your pitcher, which you always tell pitchers to hit.
Yeah.
But they're not the easiest ones to call.
Yeah. They're saying that it really helps the legs in the later part, and that's driven up the middle. Stoik with it over to Brick, and 2 down here quickly as Myers-Schmitz is racing through the second inning. And Narcos comes out. That must mean J.D. Wells is up. J.D. can still hit.
Yes, he can. Yeah, I mean, with the hockey eye, and he's always been able to hit that ball really well and just to square the ball up. I mean, we're not looking to rack it off the fence or anything like that, but he gives himself chances whenever he gets up there. So still a good guy to have around. He kind of jokes like, gosh, I'm kind of getting up there in age. Do I need to take a back seat? It's like, no, man, as long as you're hitting the ball. Doesn't matter what you look like or how old you are. We need guys to put the bat on the ball when we need to, and he's been able to do that for us very regularly.
So who has been the best pitcher that you have faced in this league?
Oof. I mean, the low gators, Champlin, have some really good arms. So we always know that we need to gear it up there. But going back to our earlier conversation about just the development of the skill in this league, every team just seems to have someone that can be a buzzsaw on any given night, which makes it fun. I mean, there's not any team in our league now that we walk up and be like, okay, this is going to be. We kind of know what to expect here, so it keeps you on your toes.
And Wells goes down on strikes. Good inning for the Aces. 1, 2, 3. Chris, appreciate you joining us today, and That's Chris Hint of the Bucs, and we'll come back for the top of the 6th inning. 3-2 Bucs over the Aces on QCTV.
You're not going to get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff, like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat.
If you're buzzed and doing this, to make yourself feel okay to drive,
ZWX.
you're not okay to drive.
YGKLVW. Regular you.
Hey, welcome back to Castle Field. As we begin the top of the 6th inning. Tim, you had a chance to go down and check out the concession stand. For those of you that aren't around, how was it? Would you give it a...
I mean, it's 10 out of 10. I mean, I had a hot dog and I'm drinking a root beer. And anything else I missed? Well, it looked like he was going to take my job. He was fantastic.
Chris did a great job, and it's always great to have these players come up and kind of help talk through what this town ball means to him. And obviously he has a lot to do with that, and really nice job. So we go to Tyler Brick, his third at bat so far. I tell you what, Josh Barker has settled into a nice rhythm.
He really has. They got a runner on in the last inning, but Barker was able to work out of it, and he's pitched very well since the first couple of hitters. Andover's gotten some runners on occasionally, but every time Barker's been able to make the right pitch and get out of the inning.
And Brick sends one out to right field, and Nelson there. Good catch by Nelson. Yeah, and you said this is the tweener type where it's not dark, but it is. So
yeah, it certainly was like that back in the 5th inning and in the late in the 4th, where it felt like this is kind of the tough spot to see things. But now we're starting to become more under the lights. And but yeah, high fly balls that get into the lights might be a bit of a challenge. We'll see.
Lefty comes up, and that is Sam Plohas.
Plohas looking for a hit here. Needs to get something going for the Aces. They've had some chances though, and they can't feel like they're out of it.
No, it's 3-2 game right now, and they have. They've absolutely had their chances and just missed that good 2-out hit to be able to drive in some runs.
They got that 2-out hit back in the first where Plohas reached on an error. I know what you're trying to do here, giving Sam the hit there, but nonetheless, it was a well-placed ball that created a situation where they were able to score some runs.
1-2, pitch coming from Barker, and that one's way outside. Evens the count at 2.
Yeah, Barker's developed a good pace. You see, this is probably the longest he's taken between pitches, but most of the time he's back and ready to go.
They had Hoffman up earlier. That ball's down low. Count goes full. I don't know if it's Logan Piero out there.
They had a lefty. Yeah, they had a lefty out earlier.
So Hoffman was earlier. That one fouled off by.
And I wouldn't be surprised if it is Piero down there throwing now, and it looks like it is.
Biggest event of the night is Benji Bruce destroying either an ankle or a knee.
Yeah, he really injured, but that was a big play because it really changed the the tenor of the game. And obviously, haven't heard anything more on that other than that he's left, and hopefully he's going to be okay. Hopefully we'll ask some Andover folks on our way out tonight and see if we can find some info.
And that'll bring up Charlie Horup.
But I think it just really changed the vibe of the Aces, and I think they've tried to like fire themselves up in the dugout. You can hear them yelling, but
Hora flies out. Fredenberg right there. The defense, with the exception of a couple of miffs in the first couple innings, that also has settled down. And we've seen some good defensive plays on both teams, but all the easy plays have been made. I mean, that's really been nice.
And Barker's actually settled into allowing some fly balls. Like, we've had a lot of, like, cans of corn to the outfield, lazy fly balls, nothing that was, I wouldn't say well hit. And I think Barker's content to throw those kinds of pitches up in the zone, force some pop-ups.
So Myers took over for Benji Bruce. And Ploas in trouble and is able to get a stolen base. We'll just say that speed that he had got that stolen
Boy,
base.
You're a kind man, I'll tell you, because Josh Barker threw that thing into the ground 4 feet in front of the bag, trying to rush that throw, and that sometimes can happen, right? When the runner starts to put pressure on the defense to make plays, that's not necessarily a play that Barker, I'm assuming, has practiced a ton, and he tried to rush that over to short to get the play, and instead he threw it into the ground.
Myers able to push it to the left, but Reeder gobbles it up, and it's unassisted. Three unassisted. The first baseman grabs it, so that ends that threat as Ploas was trying to get into scoring position. As we go to the bottom of the sixth, it's 3-2 for the Aces.
I'm trying to think of who started the music here. Maybe it's them. We stay up here for the bottom of the sixth inning.
Yeah.
And the music threw me off. I thought we were going to maybe throw it out, but I'm like, we haven't done that. I thought maybe another player was coming up. Who knows? But it's 3-2 Anoka, bottom sixth inning.
Schmitz has looked good.
Yeah, he has. That was a really effective fifth inning. He really looked in control. And that's the thing, if you're Anoka, you feel like you've got control of this game right now, but you're only up 1 run. You kind of need a KO punch here.
Yes, you do. Yeah, and they've both lineups are strong. So let's at the end of the day, both lineups are strong. I think the Anoka lineup has got some better hitters and some more polished hitters that can kind of come through when you need to. But to be honest, the Aces have done a great job of being able to contain them tonight.
Yeah, Anderson got roughed up a little bit in that fourth inning that you can't really plan for. But other than that, I thought he pitched pretty well. And you're right, Schmitz has come in and been a steady hand as Piero continues to throw down in the Bucs bullpen. My guess is we will see him at some point. That's why he was the DH today.
And Charlie Eldridge steps in for the Bucs here, the center fielder.
9-1-2 due up this inning for the Bucs.
With the exception of that one pitch that we kind of said, well, you kind of overthrew it, Schmitz has been on. He's been around the zone most of it. That one's in there. He said he went for strike 2. He's up quickly.
Well,
2 strikes.
He hides the ball pretty well.
Yeah.
I like his delivery. Sort of turns his back on the hitter and just hides the baseball, and then it just explodes out.
He's able to keep it. Eldridge is able to stay alive with that foul ball. Schmitz is 6'2", but he seems like he's got that real downward angle. And a good hold on that one is now it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. The dog days of summer. I would consider this the dog days of summer.
Sure. I think so.
That one off the fist. That one, Stoik is out there.
Yeah, nothing to that one.
Yep. So 1 quick out for the Bucs. And we'll flip the lineup as Tillman will come up.
Come on, Till Dog.
Tillman's, other than the strikeout in the first inning, has been a bit of a menace. He's had a couple of singles, scored some runs. He's scored 2 of the 3 runs tonight for the Bucs. Been a good leadoff man.
Yeah, he's last time that I did a Bucs game was against the Low Gators, and he was on the hill. Did an outstanding job. He's just a good baseball player.
They'll be meeting again in a couple of next week, I do believe. The Low Gators and the Bucs. I will be there for that one.
That went into the hole and through.
And Tillman's aboard again. 3-hit night for the leadoff man.
Yeah, we thought we were in a little bit of a different zone after he struck out on 4 pitches that first time up against Anderson, and that just kind of lit a fire. And that'll bring up Tanner Thompson.
Thompson also has reached base, singled a couple of different times tonight.
There's a strike.
He's been on base all 3 times tonight. This top of the order has been where the damage has been getting done for the Bucs.
And off on the pitch and in safe as Tillman got a really nice jump off of Schmitz. Fisher didn't have really a chance at getting him out.
Good slide, high throw. Fisher had to really gun it to get it down there. Wasn't able to get it on the money. I think had he been able to, he had a chance there, because that was a very close play. Fisher's arm made that a much closer play than we thought.
In the dirt.
And there's that overthrow just a bit. You kind of know when that happens, when that leg swings around. Means that shoulder's flying open a bit. He's trying to save it.
So 1 ball, 2 strikes. We're here in the bottom of the 6th inning. It's a 3-2 lead for the Bucs. And Bucs are threatening again. Tanner Thompson.
Now 3-1 count.
Thompson is a tough out. He's a great second place hitter. He just is one of those guys that is difficult to get out, takes the pitches, and takes a walk.
Yeah, I've always liked, if you can get a second place hitter in the order that hits for some contact, hits for a little bit of power, but can draw a walk, can bunt. You think of guys like, growing up for me, was always watching guys like Roberto Alomar, right? Somebody who could hit the 2-hole, hit for average, hit for the occasional power, draw walks, do all the situational things, and that feels like what Thompson does.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. He just has that. This one hit right back to Schmitz, over to Stoik, and needs to get the double play. He does. Great turn by Stoik out in at shortstop at second base, and that kills the rally. 3rd double play for the Aces, and we'll go to the 7th inning here on QCTV. Bucs 3, Aces 2.
I taught for 20 years, but I started forgetting my lectures. Eventually, he had to quit. My therapist recommended we go to the doctor.
The early Alzheimer's diagnosis allowed us to take control of the situation.
He's been such a positive force and so loving.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together.
Welcome back to Castle Field. Jim Childs along with Tim Anderson. As we head to the 7th inning. Tight ball game so far. Bucs up 3-2. My sources confirm that Josh Barker has worked his tail off with an ACL replacement last year, and now his goal was to get back and pitch for the Bucs, and he looks pretty darn good.
I would say so. I would say things are a smashing success on that reconstruction. It's it always does. They say it comes back stronger when you reconstruct, but
yeah.
Ground ball to short.
Thompson double clutches, is still able to get him. Good play by Thompson. That is never easy, and he was able to double pump and still get it over.
Big part of injuries, Jim, just to kind of finish that thought, is the mental part, especially as you get a little older, right? When you start to get past like your high school years, your college years, and you start to kind of just be a guy in your 20s playing some town ball or whatever that is, right? I mean, it's sometimes really difficult to kind of tell the brain to trust it.
Yeah.
And so for Barker to come back and pitch well, I think that's a tribute to sort of the mental side of the game for him.
Well, the other thing is you got a job. you're an adult now. You don't have the cush school schedule where you can not rehab. So the rehab right along with you, to be able to do that and keep going on your job is not easy. So
I mean, I sneeze wrong and I'm out of action for a week and a half. Can't do anything.
Patty Kelly coming up. Patty Kelly's on his way to Superior, UW Superior. Play ball up there. He'll join Noga D'Agostino in the middle infield up there.
You are an encyclopedia of small-town college baseball. I mean, you know your stuff, Jim.
I try. And there's a strikeout for Patty Kelly. Barker, 6 2/3 innings, has done really a nice job tonight. I've got 7 strikeouts for Barker.
I think that's right. And after those first couple of at-bats in that long first inning, I think we were worried would we get to this spot with Barker tonight. And the fact that he has been able to kind of settle in and go deep into the game, big up and a big advantage for the Bucs.
Yeah, it is. And
you don't want to go to that bullpen early if you don't want to.
Nope.
Or if you can avoid it.
And that ball goes back to it's a 2-0 count to Stoik. Stoik has been on base twice with 2 hits. He's 2 for 3 so far. He ripped that double. We had mentioned Barker hung a curveball in that first inning, and Stoik took it to the fence, but really that's been about the only hard hit ball off of Barker.
Yeah, I thought he was going to go yard on that, too. That thing was
it
almost out of here. But you're right, we haven't had anything get a sniff of that since. And that's Barker keeping the aces off-balanced, starting to do what we talked about with Anderson, right? Pitching backwards, throwing with a lot of curves to open at-bats, not just pumping fastballs. But now late in the game, he is pumping fastballs.
So 3-1. I'm going to have to confirm with my sources, but I think Josh Barker was part of the 2017 Anoka team with Trent Palmer. And, Fredenberg.
Yeah, that class. I did not teach Barker. He was not in my class, but I had all those other guys in class. Certainly had Palmer, had Fredenberg. That was such a fun group of kids. That 2017 class, one of my favorites that I've had as an educator. Certainly, they were a really good group.
Well, some more useless facts is that might have been the most successful class in Minnesota as far as high-end talent with baseball. Max Meyer, the Marlins, number 1 prospect, who's was the number 3 pick of the draft a couple of years ago. Trent Palmer. Obviously, Trent is, over expectations on everything he's ever done, and he's there. You've got Sam Carlson out of Burnsville, who's pitching outstanding in the.
They gave Barker a chance to finish the 7th, but they might be coming to get him right here.
Hoffman's warming up, I believe it.
Yep, and they are going to go get him right here.
So Barker goes 6 2/3. He'll be responsible for Stoik at first, and the lefty comes out. It'll be Hoffman. Hoffman will be, and strategically, you're going against one of the better hitters. Hoffman is a lefty. You're going against Chayton Fisher, who is a lefty as well. So that lefty-lefty matchup, I think, will play into this.
Speaking of students that you teach in class that played baseball, we bring on Dalton Hoffman.
Hoffman has been, every time I've seen him, he is different angles. He is the classic crafty lefty.
Mm-hmm. And it just feels like lefties can pitch for 1,000 years.
The only thing I've been a little disappointed, most lefties, they have to wear their hat a little crooked.
They do, because they're wired a little differently. They're not.
And
they're just a little different.
So let's see if Hoffman can get the Bucs out of trouble with Fisher coming up. Fisher hasn't done much today. He's got a walk and a single. Actually flew out to. Actually, I take that back. He's got 2 hits today. I said, look at my scorecard maybe before I say he hasn't done anything today.
He'll take that. He'll accept your apology later on. So the lefty on lefty. Vitens had a chance to chat with Hoffman. They're probably just going over some last-minute sign things.
Swing and a miss. Foul tip held on by Vitens.
Always got to adjust to those lefties, though. Usually it's, especially when you've seen something totally different from Barker.
Yeah.
A right-hander who throws with a little bit of pop, a little zip on the fastball. You go to Hoffman, who I don't believe, is the hardest throwing lefty you ever saw.
No, but to be honest with you, a lefty-lefty matchup gets in the heads of the lefty batters so much because you just don't see him. You really don't see him enough, and the ball spins differently. It comes out differently. Your eye angle is different. And you see right here, it's 2-2 right now. Hoffman, let's see if he drops a curveball here. He does, and it's fouled off.
Just barely right at Reagan Reeder at first.
That pole is in my line of vision. I will trust you on that.
I'll take it. I think you can depend on me on that one.
You know what? You've got the call.
Thank you very much. That's kind. Yeah, one thing about lefties, too, they can sling it from that sort of side angle coming off almost from first base. Really difficult to pick up. Ooh, that got him. That got him on, I think, the forearm or the shoulder there, Jim. And that'll put 2 on, and that is not what Hoffman wanted to do as we take another look. Bam.
So as a lefty, you don't know if it's a curveball. You have a tough time picking it up, and you're like, golly.
And by the time it's on you, it's too late. You're just going to get hit.
So a walk and a hit by pitch, and the Aces now.
They're going to courtesy run, it looks like, with number 11. Which, if you can hustle to your roster,
it's Danny Dietz, 2016 graduate of Andover High School. He, by the way, is another lefty. So Dietz is courtesy running. That one fought off and right to Rieger.
And nothing there for Reagan Reeder. Easy put away, and that'll do it for the Aces in the top of the 7th inning. So Hoffman comes in and does get that big out.
And that's the end of 7.5. 6.5.
We're stretching. Got to stretch now.
Let's do that as we've got Fredenberg, Piero, and Reeder coming up. So Tim, we were talking before about the All-Star game. And of course,
it is a beautiful night, by the way, if you're curious on the weather. No wind, 70 degrees. They're going to talk 90 again here next week, Jim. So enjoy these nights while you get them, folks. We've had maybe 4 of them all summer.
It has been a warm one, but you know what? 90 degrees, I'll take it.
You're fine.
I would take 90 degrees over.
You'd go to Scottsdale right now where it's $1.18.
I don't know about that, but to be honest, I'd rather do that than deal with the winter.
You and me are together on this one. I've decided I would sit on the surface of the sun than go through another one of these winters.
Yes.
You and I are on the exact same page there, Jim. But yes, we were talking All-Star game.
Yes, and you know, the fact that we have folks wired up and being able to talk to the announcers while they're pitching or hitting or catching. And, you know, we didn't get a chance to talk to Taylor and Ryan before the game. I think we should probably see if we can do that.
We should work into that for next year for Town Ball. See if we can just mic up JD at second base.
Yes.
And we can interview JD during the game.
Yes, absolutely. We'll do the field mic that we use for the football officials. And
just pop an AirPod in and let's chat it up.
So speaking of Taylor Johnson, who's been with us for the last 12 years, is on his way to a new adventure. We want to make sure that we have a chance to thank him for his hard effort, his efforts in bringing such a great, consistent product on QCTV. I know I've enjoyed working with him for the last 8 years, and it's been absolute joy, and wish him well. And thank you again, Taylor, for your efforts.
Yeah, Tay's my guy. Ryan has no idea what he's in for because Taylor shielded Ryan from all of those annoying emails that I like to send.
So Schmidt starts Fredenberg off with a fastball. It's in for a strike. There is action in the Aces bullpen right now. Fastball high.
You feel like ever since that 4th inning where the Bucs got the 2 runs, they took the lead 3-2, we had the injury to Benji Bruce for the Aces, and you just feel like the game just sort of stalled. And that's sort of what's happened here. The pitchers have taken over. That's popped up in the infield. That's going to be trouble. Oh, my. Brick comes in and makes the play, but my goodness, that'll get your heart rate up.
Well, the one thing, if you're Patty Kelly, you don't want to run into Brick. Brick is built like a brick.
A brick house, if you will.
You can see him coming in and does a nice basket catch. Schmitz runs over to first base because nobody was covering over there, obviously. So 1 out here.
And we got a different hitter at the plate here. It's number 14 hitting for Logan Piero, which tells you Piero is probably going to come in and pitch at some point here, I would have to assume. Taking a look at my roster, Taylor Nelson. Looks right to me. Taylor Nelson, number 14 hitting for the Bucs. So Nelson hitting for the DH, Piero in this spot.
So I did get a tweet from the Champlin Lowgators about getting players mic'd up.
Yeah, they totally would be on board with that.
They said that we don't
My sources with the Lowgators tell me they would like to have that, I think.
Well, from what I understand from Twitter is that we may need to have a bleep bar.
We need, a 7-second delay of some sort.
Which I can't believe because everyone I've met from Champlin on the Champlin Lowgators have been absolutely nice and respectful young men.
Well, you can be respectful and still have some language, but I think the Lowgators are full of a lot of eloquent, loquacious speakers.
There you go. Loquacious speakers, yes, yeah.
True wordsmiths down over there at the Champlin Low-Gators.
I'm going to have to hit pause and look that loquacious word up. I don't know. I mean, someone who's a great speech. Can you give me a definition on that?
Loquacious to me is just that is somebody who is I think very eloquent in their speech. Somebody who speaks often. Has a distinguished vocabulary, if you will.
Well, that's not me.
A great personality.
Uh-oh, we got another injury as Schmitz has gone down.
Oh my, that is, man, what is happening here? Is that more of a cramp though? I mean, does that feels
I think
more?
He twisted his knees, jumping
Oh my,
up.
yeah. Jeez, Louis, he's stretching out that kind of hamstring knee area.
Yeah, he's walking around. He'll give him a couple of pitches up there. They do have somebody up in the bullpen. Let's see.
Take him to look at that one again.
When he lands. Yeah. Oh yeah, he just kind of locked up his knee.
It's when he kind of it's like it's that flying open piece right there where he's trying to pirouette around that knee, but that time it just sort of buckled up.
Well, after
he
that
seems
happens,
a little better. He seems okay, but we'll see how he looks when he pitches. By the way, loquacious, tending to talk a great deal, talkative. What does it mean to be loquacious? Full of excessive talk.
Oh, well. I guarantee you the Low-Gators are full of excessive talk.
Yeah, there's plenty of loquacious speakers.
Same thing with the Bucs and with the Aces.
Oh, certainly.
And definitely the two in the booth tonight.
Well, that's the thing. We have to talk up here. We don't have a choice.
We do, absolutely.
The mics turn on whether we like it or not, Jim.
Reader's up. 1-1. Myers, I don't know how you throw after you just landed and locked up your knee.
Well, we go back to that mental thing we talked about with Barker back in the 6th. That's exactly the case here with Schmitz. It's going to have to be the trust, right? You got to just trust that everything's fine and that you can throw the way you were throwing before.
Inside.
Haven't seen Reeder get a real big piece of anything yet. And that's a credit to the Aces pitchers. They have kept him off balance. They've been busting him in and challenging him pretty much all night.
And in the dirt, count goes full now to Reeder. Reeder has played like 92 games in the last 3.
He has played a lot of games
in the last 3 weeks.
I feel like he has been on a diamond every day.
Yeah, I mean, as I was talking to Legion coach Don Garlick, they had like 9. Oh, I know they had 7 games in 5 days, and then I think they had 1 or 2 days off, and then they went up to Detroit Lakes and played another 5 or 6 games.
That high school
up there,
schedule was bananas. They played, how many games in basically 1 month.
Yep. That one hit out in the right center field. As Hora right there makes the catch. That ends the 7th inning. We got 6 outs left for each team as we head to the top of the 8th. 3-2 Bucs on QCTV. Moving to the top of the 8th inning, and It's Jim Childs along with Tim Anderson. Got a couple of changes out there, Tim.
Yeah, the battery has changed for the Anoka Bucs as behind the plate, Josh Hintz will take over for the Bucs, and the catcher will move to the mound as Zane Vitence will slide to the rubber and try to work a clean eighth. So Hoffman comes in, gets 1/3 of an inning. And he's up and out of there. That might have been one of those let's get somebody in there kind of a sub moves, because certainly had plenty of arm if he wanted to keep pitching, but they want to go to the right-hander here, and Vitence will now throw.
Vitence is a solid pitcher. I think we've seen him close out a couple of games for the Bucs.
It's a quick delivery to the plate with a little three-quarter motion.
Pitched in 9 games so far. Hit out the shortstop. Thompson right there, up. And a rifle over to Reeder. And that's one down.
There's the candy hop that Thompson was looking for earlier in the game when he had to make the error. That one ate him up, but that one was perfect. Came right to him on the hop, and he was able to make the easy play.
Vitence, 15 innings. He's got 2 saves. He's 2 for 2 in saves. He's only given up 8 hits. Walked 5, struck out 13. ERA of 1.2 and batting average 145.
And that's what you want out of a reliever. Come in, slam the door, throw strikes, get guys out.
Sam Flohaas up. Flohaas is the definition of a crafty lefty.
Yes.
As a hitter.
Not afraid, though, to go the other way, and that's sort of, you can already see that in his approach. He's not really a pull hitter. He'll go with the pitch, drive it to left field, which makes him tough to defend.
Yeah, you got to be honest with him. And he's got good, catcher's interference.
Ooh, interesting.
Josh Hintz.
Welcome to the game, Josh Hintz.
Yeah.
So that gets Flohaas aboard, and we just talked about that again. A guy you can't, right on this play right here. No, that must have touched the glove of the catcher barely.
Yep.
Maybe that's all we could see there. Maybe hard to tell, but yeah, it looked like the ump was right on top of it.
Well, usually you hear it.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
you may not see it, but you'll hear it.
Yeah, Mikey.
So. I don't know what happened there. The first base coach took over for Flohaas for 1 pitch.
That was got to get those guys in. That may not even be worth the scoring at home on your in the home version of the game, but that definitely works for the Metro Mini.
Hora up, pitch. A larger plate that just arrived. As that one was a little bit outside, but
we'll take it.
Yep.
Certainly not going to complain too much if you're Vitence. He's like, I'll take the extra inch on the corner if you'll give it to me.
And strike 3 blows the gas right past.
And that is just getting into the kitchen of the left-handed hitter, not being afraid to work inside. And that's exactly what Vitence did there. Came right in on the hands of Charlie Ora.
Yeah, like you said, he just tied him up. It's like getting handcuffs.
Tough deal there, and now there's Logan Myers.
Myers came in for Benji Bruce in the 5th inning as Bruce was carted off the field by a couple of teammates. 2 outs now. We'll see if Flohaas decides to get himself into scoring position.
I'll tell you what, Vitence is fearless as a pitcher. He is coming right in on every hitter, not afraid to back him off the plate.
Rounder out to third. Tillman up with it, and boy, he throws a rifle over to first base. That was a frozen rope laser.
That was self-defense from Reagan Reeder right there at first base as he's able to make that play. But that's classic pitching from Zane Vitence right there. He busts in and then punches a little soft away and able to force the little ground out. That is just pitching 101 right there.
Well,
take a look at the Anoka Bucs schedule coming up, Jim. They got the Redbirds. They got the Aces again on the road. Then the Low Gators are here, of course, next week. Also the Centennial Cougars, Metro Knights. There's some games on the schedule for the Bucs to go get.
Yeah, well, I mean, really big Metro Mini games there. I mean, the next 4 really will help decide what seeding they're going to get at the end of it. And then, of course, the Aces. We'll have the Bucs, the Redbirds, the Stump Grinders. Every time you say it, you got to.
It's just a good time, isn't it?
Yeah, you've got the Minnetonka Millers. That's another class program, and then the Low Gators. So the road doesn't get any easier for either team after tonight. They're both strong. You see, Anoka's doubled up on hits.
Yeah, a lot of those hits came early for the Aces. It's been pretty. The cupboard's been bare since about the 3rd inning.
And we've got a new pitcher coming in for the Aces. No. And it'll be Sam Abbas. Sam Abbas headed to Bethel.
I knew you had that answer. I knew it was coming.
Sam is just graduated from Andover High School. Catcher.
It's one thing you'll give to the Aces. Giving, a lot of younger guys, fresh graduates, recent graduates of Andover, getting some time on this team. I definitely think it's helping, getting they're younger, but they definitely have some talent near the top here.
Well, they do have talent. They have, before this, the high school team had made it to the state tournament twice in 2 years and had success.
Vitence will lead things off. Here comes my favorite cliche. Ready for it? Ready to help his own cause? That's again, if you have your bingo card at home, playing the home version of tonight's game, that's when you can just go ahead and mark that right off right there.
Yeah, there you go. You've
Classic.
got it. Yep. And actually, this is not Sam Adams. This is 44. And I believe this is Josh Novak.
Where's he going?
He is going to Michigan, and I don't.
You could be lying, and I totally would just believe you at this point.
No,
he's going to Harvard. Actually,
it's a Division II school in Michigan, and right now it's escaping me. It's in Ypsilanti.
You could, like I said, you could totally make this up. You could be totally lying right now, and I would believe you.
Well, he did a nice job. Picks up a quick out. The only reason why I know it is where his glove is. There's only one person that gets it up there, and he holds it right at his face as he takes the sign, and he has a little grunt to him. It's
again got that classic reliever kind of quirkiness, right?
Yep.
Here's J.D. Wells batting for the 4th time tonight.
He's going to have to take an ice bath afterward. He's going to have to Kirk Cousin it.
He's been hit by a pitch. He was forced out at 3rd on the Benji Bruce play. So he's been on base a couple times tonight. Had a single.
Curveball, a little slider that locked up Wells.
JD was a guy that even last year was hitting near the top of the order. This year, hitting 8th, or tonight at least, hitting 8th.
Well, you look at who they have in the order, and
who are you going to move at this point?
Yeah, exactly. That one. Well, you can move just about anybody. He is so good at staying on the ball. That's his 2nd hit tonight.
That is some professional hitting right there. You see that, Twins? Yeah. That's what we're looking to do. Just a little bingo out to center field every now and again. That's all we're looking for. There you go, JD getting his second hit of the night. The 9th hit of the night, I do believe, for the Bucs.
Yep.
So they have certainly been able to get guys on base and been able to do some stuff at the plate here. Still doesn't have that knockout punch, though.
No. And you know, we haven't had a run for the last 5 innings. This is last run scored was in the 4th.
And the Bucs trying to make it stick as the Aces get last licks here coming up in the 9th. And they're going to be bringing up kind of the bottom part of their order. 8-9-1 due up for the Aces. Time called at the plate here as another pinch hitter on for the Bucs as they're continuing to try to get as many guys in as possible, as this one's Austin Lang.
Langers made some good contributions on both sides for the Legion team a while ago. MIAC pitcher. MIAC, I think, I believe. Augsburg.
That'll miss away as well here, so Lang coming in off the bench, working a good AB. Another thing you notice, a lot of flatter bills. And look at the hat. The hat's a little weird, too. Look at that. He's got it kind of open in the back there. Like, a lot going on for the Aces reliever.
That went into short right field.
Good look, Patty.
Patty Kelly with the collection of that baseball. We've got 2 down. Novak, first inning of relief work. The Low-Gators have some good viewing. They say Hillsdale is the college in Michigan. So thanks again for the assist on that. I would believe that's probably Matt Merrick. Nice slider down on the dirt.
Merrick does not miss a game on QCTV. That's one thing we like about the Low-Gators audience. And
he's got the platinum loyalty badge.
He certainly does.
Two outs here. Pitch up high. 2-0 now to Tillman. Tillman started out with a strikeout about a week ago, and
you're saying this game is going a while? Only on 2 hours 20 minutes here, but yes, it does feel like a long time ago. But he's had a great night at the plate since then.
Yes, he has. He's looked good, and a good night in the field as well. Fisher with the throw down, and they get him.
They got him.
Nice play, nice tag by Patty Kelly. Quick release by Fisher, right on the mark. Hey, we're going to the top of the 9th inning. Bucs have a chance to win it. Vincennes back out there. 3-2. Bucs over the Andover Aces.
I taught for 20 years, but I started forgetting my lectures. Eventually, he had to quit. My therapist recommended we go to the doctor.
The early Alzheimer's diagnosis allowed us to take control of the situation.
He's been such a positive force and so loving. Thank you. You're welcome.
If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together.
The Bucs are 3 outs away from sealing this league victory. During the break, Tim Anderson and I have are going to request that we get a chance to cover jousting.
Yeah, I noticed
QCTV.
that. That was intense. Like, we should almost go hang out at the Renaissance Festival or something.
I think so. Bring the mobile truck down there, and we can cover some
The
members.
camera crew, I worry, would have a tough time. I feel like they would want a fair amount of distance away from all of the jousting.
Yep. We've got to figure out the rules, too. I don't know if
I
there
don't,
are.
yeah, it's tough. I don't know, like, who. I guess whoever's still on the horse wins or whatever. I think that's how it works.
Intense out for his second. And now Sam Abbas is up. Sam Abbas.
I was just recommended today to watch, speaking of jousting, the American Gladiators documentary on Netflix.
Oh.
Because remember, they jousted with those giant Q-tips.
Oh, yes, yeah.
That was that.
Yes.
That was pretty fantastic.
That was a great show back in the day.
I never missed an episode.
Nope. Popped up. And Reader under it, makes the catch. One down.
That seems to be kind of par for the course here for the Aces, really after the second or third inning.
Yep.
They haven't been able to generate, base runners and even just well-hit balls. Everything has been a pop-up in the air, or a can of corn to the outfield, or sort of a weak ground ball. Just haven't been able to square up the Bucs pitching in the latter stages of this game. There's one, speaking of that. So you just got to say it into existence sometimes.
Yeah, and that's Nate Osterland.
And that's good because it gets the tying runner on base if you're the Aces, and now you got to figure out how you can move runners around. And now they're going to courtesy run here. Again, both teams trying to get guys into games. So they get the pinch hit, and now they get a pinch runner. Try to see if we can get the number on who's at first.
And Connor Stoic will go back to the top of the order. So really, it's with one out, Andover has a chance to.
And if Stoic can get on here, all of a sudden this gets very interesting very quickly.
And he has shown good presence at the plate so far.
As the Bugs are out at Castle, as they tend to do at night when the lights come on.
So if Patty Kelly has re-entered for Osland. So good speed at first base. Kelly, wonderful base runner. If you can use wonderful in baseball terms. I don't know if you can.
I like it.
Yeah,
no, it's
wonderful.
good. Again, very, you're a wordsmith, Jim Childs. You know what you're doing.
I'm loquacious.
Very loquacious, absolutely.
And that's strike. Ooh. Boy, that looked like a good pitch there. 2 balls, 1 strike right now.
And yeah, Vincennes maybe is nibbling just a little bit here. Wants to go see him go back to that real aggressive stuff we saw in the 8th. That was a good pitch.
It was a good pitch, and Stoic was on it. So 2 balls, 2 strikes right now.
If you're Vincennes, you'd be happy for a ground ball here if you can get one, and certainly the infield's got to play ready for it as they play at normal depth.
That one hit out the center field. And Eldridge is camped under it. I don't think he had to move 2 steps. He was right there.
Yeah, it's an atom ball right there. Not poorly hit, but straight away center. And again, nothing too difficult or complicated for Eldridge out in center field. Now it's 2 down, and it's last chance here, and it's Jaden Fisher for the Aces.
He's camped under it. Good play.
It keeps things pretty routine.
Fisher last time laced a single over into left field.
As it's just the only 5 hits today for the Aces. If you count the one this inning, that'll be 5. They've been out hit 9-5.
That ball, boy, I tell you, that was a good pitch right there.
I love that. I like Vincenz. I like his ability to go inside.
Yeah.
Now, wonder if you get, again, a little soft away here.
Yeah, he has done a nice pacing himself on that one. That one was a cookie right down the middle of the plate.
Yeah, he served one up right there, and Fisher's going to wish he had that one back. But the count rides along at 1-2. Kelly at first base, and something deep to the outfield is what's going to have to get him to the plate unless you want to play station to station here.
Well, right now it's just get on base and reset that count. That ball outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Don't mind that little waste pitch there from Vincenz. Maybe that's not what his intention was, but his intention was to go away. Did not want to serve up a second cookie there, at least change the eye level and reset things.
Fouled off that one. This is a good battle right here between two kind of high octane players.
Catchers.
Yeah. Well, yeah, 2 catchers. Yep. Well, Vincenz has got pretty clean pants for being a catcher.
Absolutely.
That ball way outside. So the count is full. Kelly will be off with the pitch.
So yeah, full count here. Yeah, definitely got to get the runner moving. And this is where if you can get something out over the plate, if you're Fisher, you can drive it, hit and run. This is what could get Kelly around.
And that one's in the dirt. That one goes.
Got him, I think, too.
And Kelly's on his way to third, but he throws on the parking brake. Whew. And Hintz was loaded up the shotgun. He was going to shoot something out to third base, and Tyler Lunau.
You know, that look skipped. I thought maybe the way it sounded, it almost sounded like it was going to hit Fisher, but it did skip in front. And now let's see if they make a move here, or are they going to let Vincenz maybe try to finish this thing?
I think they're going to talk about defensive strategy of you know, where are we going? Who's got the cut?
Yep. And just how many bugs are out in the infield right now, and not to be distracted by those.
Yep. There are quite a few.
Yeah, it's aggressive. Even for a 70-degree night, you think they wouldn't be so bad, but man, oh man.
You need a little bit of a breeze.
Yeah, we could use a little something here. That is aggressive.
Looks like
they want to get a
December.
bug zapper in those.
Looks like it's snowing mosquitoes. Well, Tyler Lunau has a chance to get the Aces on the board.
I'm going to wear pants next time I come to these games. I'm wearing shorts tonight. I'm going to get bit up.
That one on it.
Ooh,
well,
got it. And he Lunau's reaction says it all right there. The umps want to go home, too.
Intense, big swing by Lunau, and Lunau's now down 0-2.
Boy, Lunau wanted that one.
Same place that Fisher was at. Fisher was able to battle it back. Runners on first and second. We've got 2 strikes on Tyler Lunau, 2 out, and Hintz takes him out, and that's a strikeout for Vincenz. He gets his 3rd save, and the Bucs come away with their 4th victory in league play, and they'll move up to 12-11. I'm sorry, 13-11. As we had another great night of Metro Mini Baseball. Tim, your thoughts?
You know, it was a really fun night here. You know, the runs came out early for both teams. Things really settled in. It became a pitcher's duel in the back end of this game. Had some tough injuries for the Aces, and I do wonder if that didn't take a little air out of the balloon for those guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we certainly hope the best for Benji Bruce here tonight. But a fun game. These 2 teams are going to see each other again real soon.
Yep.
And I wonder what that one's going to be like next time these 2 teams get together. Good win for the Bucs.
Yeah, absolutely. The upcoming schedule for QCTV. On the 20th, we've got the Draw concert with Rhino. We've got Metro Mini Baseball with the Twin Ports in Champlain Park.
I'll be there for that.
And then live and local, the Ramsey edition, and then Metro Mini Baseball again with Champlain back here at Castle Field. And again, what a great job by our crew tonight. Even with the Bugs, I know that the guys and gals out on the cameras probably weren't bothered at all by them because they're focused straight on this game. Great job in the truck, Trinity, Taylor, Ryan, Andy, everyone else out there. Thank you so much for another great night of QCTV Sports and Metro Mini Baseball. Final score, 3-2 Bucs over the Aces.